Hi, I want to tell you about my espresso experience this morning. So I received the OutIn Nano last night and put on the charger, to get a full charge. And this morning it said it was fully charged. I put in 50 mils of room temp water, a pod, and screwed everything together. I started a mode of extraction where it was to heat the water and then send it through. Water leaked from the sides, so I thought, did I not screw it tight enough? So I tightened everything, put in 50 mils of more water, chose heat and extract cycle again, and the battery said dead. I put on the charger and it wouldn't charge. So I called Amazon and said, you know what, I need to return this unit. It's not acting right. So I started boxing it up and the unit beeped and showed full battery. I never touched the button. It beeped on its own. And as you can see, it's blinking and beeping and I haven't touched it. And to show you, no, it's not put into the charger. There's the charge port. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on going, right? So, like I said, I called Amazon for a return. I started boxing it up. It beeped and showed a full battery. I'm confused. I said I'd try later and maybe cancel the return. So later came and I put in 50 mils of water, a new pod, screwed everything together, and chose heat and extract cycle. Voila, I had a hot espresso to drink, and I drank it. So I wanted another one later on. I put in the pod, I screwed everything together, put in 50 mils of water from the kettle, and chose the extract cycle. Water leaked from the from the sides, never through the pod. The aluminum top on the pod was still intact. I unscrewed everything. I put in 50 mils more of water to test to see if there was a blockage from the reservoir. Nope, water shot straight out of the hole. So I nicked the pod for a starter hole, in the aluminum top. I screwed everything back together. I put in 50 mils of hot water and chose the extract only cycle. A few drips came from the battery port and only 20 mils of water went through the pod. So now I'm like, where's the rest of the water? So I put in 30 more mils of hot water, hit the extract cycle, nothing came out this time. So I'm like, okay, it's still in my hand and I'm noticing the OutIn Nano body was becoming warm. I'm like, is this thing gonna catch on fire in my hand? So I also noticed my hand felt wet. So I looked and it looked like the water was coming out of the battery port. So I turned it on the side and water started dripping from the battery port. So I'm really confused now. And as you see, it just tried to start up. I laid it port side down with the port open on a towel. Came back a little bit later and the towel was, wet. About 30 minutes later, I kept hearing this noise. And I traced the sound back to the OutIn Nano in the house. It was initiating brews by itself. And I picked it up. I pressed the button once to stop the brew. As you can see, the instructions are still right here on the body, and it would not stop. It wouldn't respond at all. So I let it do its thing, and it finally stopped, but then started brewing again a few seconds later. So I laid it back down on the side so the battery could deplete itself in order to stop this brewing process that I was never starting. I tried to make a video for the review I was writing on the Amazon page. and the outcome was totally different. So after this little portion right here, you're going to see like a clip change. You're going to be able to see that it's a second video, and that's because I'm going to attach the other video that I was going to attach to the Amazon review, which is a total different outcome, as you see happening here with the one light blinking, and it's not even plugged into the charger. It's doing its own thing. So you can watch that video to see the different results I was having. One other thing, like I said, where did that water go? And the body had turned around here had turned kind of warm. If you can listen, I'm sorry, I have a fish tank in the background, but see if you can hear this. You hear water shaking, right? You see the beeps you see the lights and the beeps and everything. But guess what? There's no water in there. Absolutely, the water is stuck in the body here. Now we got, that's the code, I believe, for short circuit. Okay, and I'm sure that's because the water is stuck in the battery, affecting the battery port and anything else that's electrical, in the internals. So I'm gonna send this one back for an exchange and give it a second chance. And once I do a review on that unit, I'll update. I'll put another video out and update, and I'll also update my Amazon review. But stay tuned, because the second video that I'm talking about is coming up now. I'm having problems with this OutIn Nano. If you see here, there's no water in here. But if I shake it, you can hear the water. See, nothing in the cup. You can see coffee back there in this towel because it's acting up. Now, normally if I take and hit it on the side, there we go. Now, what it'll do is it'll show me as one button. But sometimes it will try to initiate a brew. Oh, wow. That's something different. That's probably the short one, showing a circuit short. First time I got that. Okay, what's that? Never got that either. Nope, this is all different now. But there's a brew. So it's trying to do a brew. Stops. Beeping. Oh my goodness, none of this has ever happened. This is all new. I don't know, maybe it's trying to show me a code of something. But earlier it would brew, I couldn't stop it, and there's no water. There it goes. It's brewing on its own, never touched it. And then it blinks out. Now, normally it would do that if there's no water. True. But the darn thing's turning on by itself. Let's see. If I try to start it, press and hold for 2 seconds, does nothing. Double press it, does nothing. If it starts on its own, I can't stop it. So the third step, which is right there, press once to stop, doesn't work. There's all the directions.